Welcome back to Chaos Corner. It's your old buddy, the Guardian of Chaos, Big Daddy, and I tell it like it is. I'll say that to say this, coming to you live to tape from the Executive Lounge in Chaos Corner. Now, fans, we're here for a retro review in honor of WrestleMania week, coming up this weekend, April 2022. It's WrestleMania 38. So we are doing a lot of different coverage and retro review and providing watch-alongs here on the YouTube channel. As I speak right now, I'm watching The Undertaker finish off Triple H at WrestleMania 17 to continue the streak. Unbelievable. And you know what's coming up next. If you've been following along here on the channel, the mothership, as I said. And yes, I have the halls and we're kicking back, and even though we're coming up on WrestleMania in April, it's fucking cold outside today. Well, I can't swear. I got to put the money in the tip jar for my granddaughter. And there's a bloodied Undertaker when he was part of Dead Man Inc., hopping on the Harley and driving off on WrestleMania 19 from the Astrodome in 2001. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We just got finished leaving WrestleMania 15 in 1999 from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, when we covered the first matchup at WrestleMania between The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. We're going over the trilogy in honor of WrestleMania. And there's The Rock backstage with the WWF title at WrestleMania 17 in the Astrodome. So that's where we are today. WrestleMania 17, the rematch at WrestleMania between The Rock and Stone Cold, and another no disqualification matchup, as was WrestleMania 15, where Stone Cold Steve Austin came out the champion and won the WWF title. So I have my notes. Just kick back, relax. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's live to tape. One man, unique, unedited, unscripted. There are no rules. This is what you get. This is reality TV on the YouTube channel. Follow me on all social media platforms. You know what they are. At Big Daddy GOC, and the GOC stands for the Guardian of Chaos. Hit the profile link. That knocks you over to here on the YouTube channel, the Guardian of Chaos. On Instagram, it's the Guardian of Chaos. On Facebook, it's Jay Brony. I know, Jay Brony. And Prodigio Fidelis El Guardian. Also on Rumble, on Gitter, on Gab, on Parler, on Truth Social. I cover it all in the IWC. I am here for your distraction. We're going through some trying times here, mental, spiritual, physical, emotional, here in 2022. Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, is coming back. Don't be caught dead without him. I just want to throw that phrase in there for everyone to be independent, critical thinkers. But let's get back onto what we're doing here. WrestleMania 17, the big matchup and the rematch between The Rock and Stone Cold. Now, you know that coming up on night one of WrestleMania 38, it's going to be Stone Cold on the KO show after all these years. So I wanted to go back and look at the trilogy between perhaps two of the biggest stars to ever step inside the ring in World Wrestling Federation, World Wrestling Entertainment. We already covered WrestleMania 15, as I was just speaking of. They had a rematch in 1999 at Backlash. And here we are in 2001 at the Astrodome in front of 67,000 fans. Huge matches, huge card. So I'm glad you guys are here. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're trying to grow this. The analytics are trending up. And this trilogy between these two legends and these two icons are something to behold. The involvement of Vince McMahon, the involvement of Mankind, the feud between Austin and Vince McMahon, all the different things that have tied into here and in the lineage and promotions of WrestleMania, the history, the Super Bowl of professional wrestling. Right now, you can go to the network and you can watch along with me. And they're showing video highlights of The Rock and Stone Cold and different opponents and how they ended up here in 2001 at WrestleMania 17. After we cover this, we are going to go to WrestleMania 19 for the third matchup between these two. WrestleMania 19, 2003 in Seattle. Once again, The Rock and Stone Cold. The first matchup from WrestleMania 15 in this trilogy, I believe they went a little over 17 minutes. This matchup is much longer, close to a half an hour here at WrestleMania 17, considered to be one of the best WrestleManias and one of the best matches ever. And we're going to find out. And again, I get exuberant and emotional and passionate because you'd act like I'd never seen it before, right? And I've seen it 15 times. But that's what you get here on this channel. Over 50 years as a fan and over 3 decades in the business as a pro wrestling manager. So you can understand the research, the due diligence, and what goes on with the GOC. And I give you another side of me instead of the character and what you see on the channel. This was a big matchup. Again, no disqualification. They're going through I don't want to get any copyrights or infringements, so I try to talk over it and make sure that we don't get it too loud. They're going through the history and the stunners and the rock bottoms and what these two have done to each other. Think about it. WrestleMania 1 was in 1985, the creation. This is WrestleMania 3, considered the biggest, perhaps, because of Andre and Hogan and over 90,000 and so on and so forth. This is considered one of the best. We covered in 1999 WrestleMania 15, and I've done some retro reviews. I just got finished doing a retro review here on the channel of WrestleMania 7. Go back and check out the historical significance of that and the matches I did from WrestleMania 7. And now here, WrestleMania 17, flashing back to the year 2001, and then we came out of WrestleMania 15. So you see, they went 99, 2001, 2003. As I give you information, I'm talking so much, guys, because not only did I have coffee already, and this is in honor of this match and Stone Cold and what's coming up, I got the Red Bull. Paul Heyman, Jim Ross are on the call, along with the GOC. Let's go to perhaps the biggest moments at all. We won't let it go too long. We'll talk over it. We want no copyrights. Let's listen to the pop and the sound. No disqualification. The Fink on the call. You won't get anything like this as far as anything today in 2022. No copyrights here, man. We got it all, baby. It's on the peacock. What a crowd. You talk about attendance. WrestleMania 15 had a little over 20,000. WrestleMania 3, we know the crowd record there. Here for WrestleMania 17, because it's the Astrodome, which wasn't around much longer than this. Before they had it in, out of use and then imploded it. It's over 67,000. Look at the crowd. What a view. You see the decor in the background, in case anybody's paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll say that to say this, because I tell it like it is. This is going to be a longer segment. I'm sure this will probably be close to a half an hour. We just put out the WrestleMania 15 segment. So, and yes, I'm in the Easy Boy. I'm kicked back. There's another one over here. There's a big love seat over there. And, of course, the long, long couch with the big screen. We do it from different angles. Not Kurt Angle. We're not down in the bunker. We're not up in the offices. We're here in the lounge. We go back like a recliner, you and I, right? A lot of people talking about me out there. We're trending up. Can you smell it? Now, again, I have to talk through all this because we don't want any copyrights. We don't want to be shadow banned. We don't want them screwing with the channel. We're in its infancy. What have we been posting on the regular now for about a year and a half? Come on. I'm the old man brand. The over 50 demo god. The Rock. And now remember, in WrestleMania 15, in the first bout from Philly, The Rock was the defending champion. Stone Cold won the title. Here in 2001, if you will, for WrestleMania 17 at the Astrodome, history in the making, The Rock is once again the WWF champion and Stone Cold is the challenger. And again, this is considered perhaps one of the greatest matches and one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time. I'm bringing it to you here free. I don't ask for anything. This is not behind a paywall, Patreon. I don't have any sponsors. I don't do any of that. I just bring this to you out of passion and love, and this is what I do to give back to you guys, and it helps me too, especially in this trying times. And get right, as I said, that's not a joke. I want everyone to get right. Do the right thing. Be the best that you can be. Surround yourself with independent, critical thinking, like-minded people. Take care of your family. And here we go. Starting off just like a WrestleMania 15. Stone Cold and The Rock, face-to-face. Stone Cold with those traditional right hands and laying it into The Rock, and he grabs the WWF title. Goes to hit The Rock with it and misses. And now The Rock would... Listen, both these guys have that traditional, one-of-a-kind, or identical... Another body press by Stone Cold here early. Listen to the crowd of that right hand. They both have that traditional right hand jab at each other like that. Identical. Stone Cold off the ropes. Elbow drop. You know, the overhead elbow drop. Again, picks up The Rock. Far side. The Rock with reverse neck breaker on Stone Cold. Beautiful. Rock to his feet first. Listen to the crowd. He's going to try for an early rock bottom. Nope. Back elbow. Try for an early stunner. Nope. Here for Rock, a stunner on Stone Cold. And again, Stone Cold throws The Rock over the top rope, momentum. And Stone Cold slides right out after him. These guys are outside. Stone Cold adjusting the knee brace. This is kind of how WrestleMania 15 started. Almost the same program, but almost triple the crowd. You can hear the noise in the background. Once again, where are they? On top of the ring announcer's table as they're slugging it out outside. And now Stone Cold and The Rock look like they're getting ready to go over the guardrail and into the crowd again. And yes, they have. This is identical. Start and open, fast and furious, wild, on the ring, the broadcaster's table, over the railing and into the crowd, now fighting amongst the crowd. Identical to WrestleMania 15 here at WrestleMania 17, but with triple the crowd, and these guys have become more established. Can you see the storyline if you know what you're doing and you're in this business? Now The Rock is rolling Stone Cold back over the guardrail towards the ring, a la WrestleMania 15. What do you think of the Renegade Rampage? I happen to find it in the closet. A big tour with Dusty Rhodes, King Kong Bundy, Kamala, Sergeant Slaughter, Al Snow, Jerry King Lawler, and of course, yours truly, with King Kong Bundy against Sergeant Slaughter. One hell of a night there in Wappingers Falls. A couple nights there. Oh, big clothesline by Stone Cold on The Rock outside. Retro review, live to tape. No one else is doing this in this industry. A lot of competition out there. Once again, Stone Cold adjusting the knee and using it as a weapon on The Rock. Rolling The Rock back in. WrestleMania 17, perhaps one of the greatest matches of all time. And the crowd, the Astrodome was impressive. Looking at this angle and then looking up at the top of the dome, it's all blue. And you could see all the fans back then. It was the Attitude Era. Still, they're holding up all the signs. This is when we still had a little bit of freedom. Now, think about it. 9/11 wasn't far off. Let that sink in. This is in March, April of 2001. 3 or 4 months after this would be 9/11. Times were different. We saw the difference in the crowd and the different reaction in 99. It's even more frenzied here at the turn of the century after the whole significance of Y2J and the turn of the century. Now Stone Cold and The Rock on the top rope here at WrestleMania 17. Look at the crowd on their feet. Stone Cold with a beautiful suplex on The Rock off the top rope. Unbelievable maneuver. High risk by both these guys that are ground technicians. Let's face it. Austin with the cover. Only a 2 count. I give you the good, the bad, and the ugly here at Chaos Corner. And Hebner is the referee once again. Earl Hebner. And now Stone Cold is trying to untie the buckle in the corner. Look at the Astrodome. Wow, it's impressive. The crowd was impressive. Stone Cold now has taken off the turnbuckle, exposing the raw iron. The Rock coming back. You could hear the slaps. He's connecting on those, laying them in. These two work with each other well. nice and light, but they're laying him in to feel it. Big clothesline, flying clothesline by The Rock on Stone Cold, and again with those slap right hands. Reversal. Beautiful belly-to-belly suplex by The Rock on Stone Cold. Here's the cover. Here's the 2. Of course it's a 2. He hooked the leg. Both guys showing. Let me put the notes aside here for now. I always have notes, whether you've seen it 100 times or not. Big clothesline by The Rock, and over the top rope goes Stone Cold. I was talking about Renegades Rampage. I know. It's a great tour, though. 2006, 7, 8, I believe. 26, 2008, 2007. Now The Rock is outside. Stone Cold is laid out. The Rock taking over outside here at WrestleMania 17. Retro Review, Chaos Corner. It's WrestleMania week. Coming up this weekend, WrestleMania 38. There's JR and Paul Heyman wearing the hat at the announce table, and The Rock and Stone Cold into the ring keeper's table, into the announce table, right there in front of the crowd. Almost identical, almost similar to the outline of WrestleMania 15. And again, The Rock putting the boots to the referee outside Hebner. Did he knock him over? And there's Stone Cold with the bell right across the head as The Rock was distracted. Hit him hard with the ring bell on that one. Hebner all over Stone Cold. I don't know. The Rock may have tripped over the steps on that and did not strike Hebner at that point. Remember, in WrestleMania 15, there were 4 referees. And then, of course, Stone Cold takes one of the cameramen, the ringside people there, tosses him around like a tossed salad. I love it. Listen to the crowd. I try not to let you hear too much because we don't want copyrights. The rattlesnake. And can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Stone Cold has taken over on The Rock outside now after that bell shot. Face first into the ring steps, and again on the announce table. Stone Cold, pillar to post all over The Rock. Are they going to break this one? Remember, WrestleMania 15, it took 2 tries of the elbow by Stone Cold to put The Rock through the table. And The Rock is on the table again. He's fallen over the table, actually. And again, the Astrodome and the background and all outside magnificent adds to the atmosphere. The Rock broke the table. He got on the table, and the table here at WrestleMania 17 collapsed without anyone being hit or being tossed through it. Do you guys remember all this stuff? I hope you do, because a lot of fans don't pick up on it, but that's exactly what happened. The table collapsed with The Rock just getting on it. No one got through it, got thrown through it. Now they both rolled back into the ring. Stone Cold is taking over on The Rock. And he's getting ready to give me the old salute, baby. We'll listen a little bit to some of the play-by-play. Stone Cold with those traditional right-hand brawling types. There's no technical abilities here. It's all a brawl. The Rock is laid out. And now the Stone Cold is mounting him and giving him, like I said before, those right hands, giving him the business, as they say. Listen to the crowd. Now he's actually choking out The Rock. This is the second in the trilogy at WrestleMania. Not that all the times they've met, because we know it's been dozens of times. I'm talking about the WrestleMania trilogy in honor of WrestleMania week here on the channel. The home network, if you will. Yeah, I know. The camera puts 10 pounds. It looks like it put 20 on me. I get it. I'm 225. Now The Rock's starting to fight back. Off the ropes goes Stone Cold. Beautiful swinging neckbreaker by Stone Cold. Here's the cover. Oh, 2.5 count. I'll give Stone Cold and The Rock credit. Now The Rock is busted open here at WrestleMania 17. They hook the leg every time. Not technical grapplers, although we know Stone Cold has the background of being technical. WCW, the whole 9 yards is history. Now Stone Cold has mounted The Rock once again and laying in the right hands. The Rock is busted open. Now, the Rattlesnake, The Rock, heel, face, again, you go back and forth. These are guys that played the line. No one better than Stone Cold and The Rock. It really isn't. Throw them in your Mount Rushmore along with maybe your John Cena's, your Hulk Hogan's. Putting a mud hole Stone Cold stomping in The Rock as you look at the blue Astrodome there in Texas. pulling the ropes, using it for leverage, trying to choke out The Rock. I'm trying to think as I stretch out here in this shirt. What year was this? This shirt's got to be 15 years old. Again, Stone Cold choking out The Rock with his knees over the ropes, using it as leverage. They got the close-up on there, and Rock is busted open. He has the blood. He's not a Crimson Mask, but there's a decent amount of blood. Now Austin's confronting Hebner. A lot of distractions. Big clothesline out of nowhere by The Rock. The crowd reaction and response makes a lot of what the match is. We know that. As fans, as people in the business, dirt sheets, smarks, podcasters, being in the IWC, being talent. Another big clothesline by The Rock. A la Big Jim Anderson. We're always thinking about you, buddy. Rest in peace, Big Jim. Listen to Heyman. Still around in 2022. He'll be in the main event with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar on night 2 of WrestleMania 38. Think about that. And here he is, WrestleMania 17. He's been around a long time, Heyman. He's been a genius. Now The Rock has gotten Stone Cold face first across the ring, into the ring post, into the turnbuckle, pillar to post. Now The Rock is going outside. Of course, he's going to grab... Oh... Not the steel chair. It's not like I have this. He grabs the ring bell. The ring bell? Did that sound right? Let that sink in. Now he's setting him up. He's got the bell. Bang! Over the head of Stone Cold. Hey, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Stone Cold have busted open The Rock with the bell, and now The Rock has busted open Stone Cold. Both men are bleeding. Here's the cover. Only a 2 count. Rock did get the 2 count. Both men now have used that bell as a weapon. Stone Cold was busted open, not from the bell, but being in that exposed turnbuckle. And then bang with the bell. So both men now have been busted open. I don't believe the hard way here at WrestleMania 17, considered perhaps one of the greatest WrestleManias and greatest matches of all time. Think about that. Maybe matches. I don't know about greatest WrestleMania. Just my opinion. Now Stone Cold is reeling, bouncing off the ropes with right hands from The Rock. Stone Cold has taken over. You see, they tell the story. It's similar, but they're telling the story. They have the psychology. It is a long-term story here. They're appeasing the fans. It's the Attitude Era. It's the reaction. This is when people were into the storylines. This is when the ratings were 3, 4, 5 million on a Monday night for the Monday Night Wars. This is just about the end. Listen to JR. Still has the emotion and passion at this age. Kind of like the GOC. The old man brand. The over 50 demo god. Now The Rock has taken over. Both men bleeding. Stone Cold is on the apron, hanging off. The Rock giving big elbows across the throat, across the ribcage. Now Stone Cold has been just rolled out of the ring. Now they're both outside the ring again. You see the remarkable resemblances, say that 3 times fast, to WrestleMania 15 as compared to WrestleMania 17. Although this match went a good 10, 12 minutes longer than 15. Both men were bigger stars at this point. We know that. Maybe not Stone Cold. His pinnacle might have been It's close. It's close. Both going pillar to post, but outside of the ring again, out on the guardrail in front of the fans there at the Astrodome. Over 67,000. Stone Cold drops The Rock across the guardrail, which is actually a padded rail. A padded railing all the way around here in WrestleMania 17, 2001. Now Stone Cold setting up The Rock outside. Looks like he's going to go little monkey flip, face first into the ring post goes The Rock. Nice maneuver, catapulted into the ring post. Again, The Rock is bleeding, but not profusely. These guys aren't gushing blood at this point, not even close. Surface wound on The Rock. Both men laid out outside right now. The Rock head first into the ring post. Nice coverage, though. He got it up there. He protected it. Again, both men still brawling outside amongst the equipment, the television monitors, the collapsed tables, the Spanish announce table. The Rock, the Stone Cold getting ready to use the TV monitor on The Rock. uses it across the head on The Rock. Again, in 17, the TV monitors, that's the first time he's used it, but he uses it several more times. I believe both men are out of control outside. Chaos, pun intended. WrestleMania 17, live to tape watch along. We're coming up on 25 minutes on this one. We knew this would be a longer one, but hey, it's considered one of the greatest, am I right? Look at the crowd. They do a long shot from the Astrodome. Wow. Both men have rolled back in the ring. Stone Cold going for the cover. Only a 2 count. Stone Cold here on the close-up, bleeding much more profusely than The Rock is. Definitely got himself, juiced himself better than The Rock did. Or at least it's flowing better. Both men back to the feet in the middle of the ring. Stone Cold to The Rock. Goes for the stunner. No. The Rock going for a sharpshooter? There it is. The Rock's got the sharpshooter on Stone Cold. Who knew? Well, I knew. We knew. Now The Rock's bleeding pretty good himself. Both men now busted open pretty good here at the 20-minute mark. The Rock got the sharpshooter in tight on Stone Cold here. WrestleMania 17. Listen to the crowd. JR and Paul Heyman are in a frenzy, as is the GOC. Stone Cold's going to make it to the ropes. No, The Rock pulls him back out to the center ring, has the sharpshooter locked in, and he actually looked like he went, fuck, I don't want to get too crazy in here cussing. I don't have to cuss to say that I'm a good broadcaster. Does that make sense? Austin got to the ropes. He's got to the ropes. Had to break the hold, baby. Now, The Rock, I wouldn't have let up here. If I'm looking at, listen, we're doing storytelling here. I'm looking at emotional investment. I don't go to the ropes and try to catch my breath. I'm all over Stone Cold at this point, trying to drag him out to the middle of the ring. And finally, that's what The Rock is doing. Looks like he's going for it again. The Rock's setting up this. And he gives Stone Cold the finger. And see, by pandering and playing games, Stone Cold broke it open, and now that's it. It's a reversal. Now Stone Cold has The Rock, and he's going for the sharpshooter. What a reversal. Again with the middle fingers. And there it is. Stone Cold slaps the sharpshooter in on The Rock in the middle of the ring. And at this point, Stone Cold is really dripping with the juice, man. I'll tell you. The Rock, too, screaming, both men here at WrestleMania 17, 2001, from the Astrodome, 67,000 people. Stone Cold has the sharpshooter on The Rock at this point. He's trying to get to the ropes. Considered one of the best. Nice reversal. The Rock rolls over Stone Cold on this. Now the hold is broken. Different feeling, different crowd. And now Stone Cold lifts up The Rock and he starts smashing that knee into the canvas. That's getting more than ugly, JR. Ooh, low blow by Stone Cold. A stomp to the cojones, maybe. Going for the sharpshooter again. I'm one step ahead of JR. No disrespect, JR, but I am. And he's got the sharpshooter locked in, but this time it's much closer to the ropes. And Hebner's asking The Rock. The crowd is eating him up. You can see how the crowd is on the edge of their seats. Now The Rock has gotten to the ropes. That's why this is considered one of the greatest ever. The match was good. They went almost a half an hour. Now Stone Cold is giving the finger to Hebner, and he's not breaking the hold, whether The Rock's on there or not. He finally breaks it. It's the crowd reaction that makes this. It's the crowd frenziness. It's the numbers. It's the noise. It's the atmosphere that makes what's going on here. It's almost with an extended version of WrestleMania 15. Pay attention. Stone Cold setting up The Rock now, who's finally to his feet. They're in the middle of the ring. And it looks like he's got a sort of a Cobra Clutch. Sleeper type by Stone Cold on Austin. By Stone Cold on Austin. By Stone Cold on The Rock. You knew what I meant. It's almost like I'm calling this live to tape. Well, it is, but 20 years ago. I get it. I get it. You're still here, though, right? 30 minutes in here at Chaos Corner. Stone Cold trying to choke out The Rock. He's got a Cobra clutch on The Rock. There's the second raise of the arm. It's a dead fish. The Rock holds it up. How predictable. Again, fans, I get it. It's sports entertainment. It's still an athletic performance like none other. Reversal by The Rock. Here's the pin. 2 count on Stone Cold. Again, ringside. There's all the Japanese photographers. There's George Napolitano. There's Bill Apter. Unbelievable legends. Over 67,000 here for WrestleMania 17. The second match in the trilogy of The Rock and Stone Cold, leading into WrestleMania 38 this weekend. Stone Cold taking over on The Rock with right hands. I believe WrestleMania 39, The Rock will return. Not only is Stone Cold returning at WrestleMania 38 on the KO show. Oh, big stunner by The Rock on Stone Cold. I believe The Rock, who's been in Hollywood for a while now, will be back next year for WrestleMania 39. Both men are laid out. The Rock just hit the Stone Cold stunner on Stone Cold. Here's the cover. Both men spent at this point. Only a 2 count. We knew that. I know that we know the outcome, but this is like you're watching it live. Well, it's live when I'm taping it, right? I think I'm right in that assessment. Wait, again, who's coming to the ring? All dressed up in a sweatsuit. It's Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Now, you know he came and was around in 99 for WrestleMania 15 in this trilogy, and he's back here for the second matchup. Vincent Kennedy McMahon, this, you know the feud between Vince and Stone Cold. I don't have to explain it. I'm not going to. And here comes Vince walking to the ring. Not that usual cocky self. He's got the black cutoff sweatshirt with the red sleeves. Last time he was a distraction, we remember what happened. Now The Rock and Stone Cold in the middle of the ring as Vince walks around the ring. The Rock right now is in control here at WrestleMania 17. Big reversal, spine buster by Stone Cold. Here's the cover. 2 count by Stone Cold on The Rock. The crowd, listen to the crowd. I know you can hear some of it, but we don't want to put all of it out there. No copyrights by anybody. Now, we know that Vince had hired The Rock. We know the whole connection. I don't have to explain that, right? I'm here to go through the 3 matches. Nice reversal by The Rock. And then a big spine buster by The Rock on Stone Cold himself. Listen to the crowd, setting him up for the people's elbow. Booing The Rock. Again, Stone Cold. Face heel, it didn't matter. Elbow pad off into the crowd. Here it is, the people's elbow. Bang! And he hits it on Stone Cold at WrestleMania 17. Here's the cover. And Vince slides in. Pulls The Rock off of Stone Cold. Back then, let's admit that you didn't see that coming. It's 2001, not 2022. This is back in 2001. Let me say 2001, 2001. Now The Rock is stunned, obviously, that Vince... Now The Rock is chasing Vince around. Last time it was a role reversal, vice versa. Remember, little change here at WrestleMania 17. Now Vince is in the ring. The Rock slides back in. Boom. Rock bottom by Stone Cold on The Rock. Stone Cold hits the Rock bottom. Here's the cover. Vince with the distraction. Only a 2 count by Stone Cold. You'd think I never saw this before, right? Vince's plan backfired right there. So far, you see how he's been involved on this second matchup, right? And now WrestleMania 38 coming up. There's going to be nothing like this or a crowd reaction that you'll ever see again in this day and age. Stone Cold to his feet. He's got The Rock, a groggy Rock. Went for the stunner, missed it. Once again, Hebner in the way. The ref bump. Hebner has spilled outside of the ring. Now it's Stone Cold and The Rock in the ring. No referee with McMahon at ringside. Oh, and now Stone Cold with the low blow on The Rock. That's my nutcracker, and we're in almost in April. Still my nutcracker. He's singing soprano. Stone Cold is calling for Vince. He calls for the chair. Stone Cold says, get in the ring to Vince. Vince has got the steel chair and is in the ring. And now Stone Cold is directing traffic and telling Vince to attack The Rock with the chair. Stone Cold holds up The Rock. WrestleMania 17. Vince is going for the chair shot. He hits The Rock across the cranium. And Vince is outside of the ring now. Throws the chair down. Stone Cold is covering The Rock. WrestleMania 17, perhaps the best. Where's the ref? There's no ref. Vince is trolling around outside. He dumps Hebner back in the ring. 2. And The Rock kicks up. You thought I was going to say 3 for you newbies here? For you people that forgot? You thought I was going to say 3. It backfired on Vince and Stone Cold there. Stone Cold is beside himself right now at WrestleMania 17. Retro Review, Chaos Corner. Live to tape. Stone Cold is screaming at McMahon, and now he grabs the steel chair, Stone Cold. Listen to the crowd. Look at the change back and forth of the crowd. Heel, face. He goes for the smash. No. The Rock hits the rock bottom on Stone Cold. The chair just... Now McMahon is up on the ring apron. Distracting Hebner. Come on now. The Rock is to his feet. McMahon still on the apron. Stone Cold is laid out after the rock bottom. The Rock has Stone Cold. Brings him in the hard way. Vince is in the ring now at WrestleMania 17. Your Rudy Poo candy ass. He's laying a smack down on McMahon. Some nice right hands. Oh, and there's a stunner out of nowhere by Stone Cold. The Rock almost went over the top rope. Here's the cover. Oh, and The Rock kicked up again. This is why all these false finishes, you look back on it, this is why this was considered one of the best. Vince is still in the ring. He's got a steel chair. Stone Cold is beside himself. Remember, both men are bloodied here. Both icons, both legends. Stone Cold takes the chair from McMahon. Hebner should have disqualified. He's letting all this go. Again, I give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Come on. Bang! And there it is. You almost heard it. I'm sure you heard it. Stone Cold lays out The Rock with the chair while McMahon is in the ring. Hebner, well, what are you doing? Here's the cover. And he kicks up. The Rock kicks up again. He was almost superhuman. Should have been a disqualification. Again, if this was 2022, I'd be calling out the good, the bad, and the ugly. But give the fans what they want. That's what it's about. We're coming up on almost 40 minutes here on WrestleMania 17 Retro Review. One of the greatest of all time. Stone Cold gives the bird again to Hebner. Again, Vince is still meandering in the ring. He's in the corner. The chair. Again, I know this is a no disqualification matchup. I get it. It's no disqualification. So it doesn't matter at this point. And now Stone Cold, a la WrestleMania 15, to a point, wearing out The Rock with the chair. And Vince is still in the ring. Again, I get it before you make a comment. No disqualification. Pounding him into oblivion. Stone Cold is wearing him out. Here's the cover. Finally a 3 count with Vince in the ring. Listen to the crowd. There it is. Your new World Wrestling Federation champion, WrestleMania 17. Stone Cold is a crimson mask, face to face with Vince right now. Now, Vince has been a role on both of these, friends and foes. And there it is, Stone Cold and Vince shaking hands in 2001. WrestleMania 17. Now, I cut off the last one a little early on WrestleMania 15, but you guys know what happened. How Stone Cold, for one of the first times, gave the stunner to Vince McMahon and drank all the Budweisers, whatever the hell you want to call it, Coors, I don't know. Here it is 2 years later now, they're in the ring together and they're drinking beers now. Vince McMahon, Stone Cold. Stone Cold is your new World Wrestling Federation champion. We're at 40 minutes. Chaos Corner. WrestleMania week coming up. I'm going to set this up as an instant premiere. And now Stone Cold standing over The Rock. McMahon is right there too. A little cheers. Bang. I'm not going to hang around for any more. We kept it at 40 minutes. Your new champion, WrestleMania Retro Review. Fans, thanks for being here. It's a lot of fun. I'm coming back. Don't go anywhere.